It's 5:10 in the evening here actually, so
Yeah.
it's around summertime. But yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like planning ahead of time for sure. Not necessarily hard. I find since I enjoy it a lot, I find it pretty easy. But it's just a lot of planning ahead of time.
Okay. So we will begin the interview. So these three girls here is my classmate, and we are there to here to ask you about what is about the communication that we are facing right now. So by the way, this is Ella, and Sharina, and Clyde Marie. That's my classmates. So
Nice to meet you guys.
how's your day?
Pretty good. My day's been pretty good. I've been in meetings all day. The kids didn't have school today, so we call it professional development. So it's a lot of refocusing on what we're doing as teachers to help the students.
Okay. So your job is very exhausted right now.
I would say I don't know if I would say very exhausted. It's definitely like longer hours. Like I would say I'd probably work maybe 8 to 10 hours a day on just like teaching for some of it. Then there's marketing, and then there's planning as well for the next days, that sort of thing.
Is my teacher from the past year that he is here in the Philippines, and he showed up to our school in Kansong National High School, and he's the one that who enlightened me up to save my life on my worst day. So okay, let's start the interview. So first guys, nag-ano mo? Explain record mo. Start the first question.
It's down to, I guess, just retelling what I'm saying, just in a different format. And it's something I know how to do it better now than I did back then, but it just involves making sure I'm using wording that's a little more universal. So if I'm saying something like, you have an issue with someone, rather than using the term beef like we would here, I would just use the term I have a problem or I have an issue with you, something like that. So just being a lot more clear and concise with what I'm saying in order to make sure that there's nothing lost in translation.
Okay, the next one. Clyde Marie, ask the last question. Okay, Spencer, the $1 million question is, when you come here in the Philippines, how you cope up as Filipinos to share your tradition, in your opinion, Spencer?
So you're asking how I share my traditions, or?
Yeah.
I think, just through a lot of community building and spending time together, that's a really big thing here in Canada, is like just getting together and spending time with each other.
Okay.
So, maybe introducing to some sort of Canadian games, because we have some games that are like strictly in Canada sort of thing, or where they originate from. So that sort of thing. Usually when I go places, I try not to bring my culture with me, just as a way to like respect other people's cultures and what they have to actually learn about their culture more than anything. Just because I don't like the idea of like one dominant culture coming in and just like taking over a whole nation that way. But I would say definitely sometimes through speech, actually, so like stories would be a great way.
Oh, so you mean that you respect both sides, each culture, right?
Yeah, I don't want to go into, like, if I were to go to the Philippines again, I wouldn't want to go in there being like, hey guys, look at my culture. I'm there to more learn about your culture and experience your culture more than anything.
Okay, this one, this is the last question. How do you cope up to communication?
Sorry, what was that?
How to train people.
Like, so how do I couldn't hear the, like talk about
is how do you cope up with communicating with us Filipinos in the Philippines?
Okay. I found it was quite easy, actually. I was not expecting it to be as easy as it was. But that's largely to do with your guys' parts on that, because I don't know any sort of language in the Philippines that much. But I know English, you guys know English, and that helps so much with that aspect. I would like to know probably a little bit more about the different languages in the Philippines, because I know that there's like different dialects in different areas and such. So that part's a little daunting. Like that, it's a little scary in terms of like trying to make sure I can learn all of that. But definitely the idea of just like having that common universal language helps so much.
Sorry.
Okay, that's all, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
I don't mind the
Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you for
All right.
that, sir.
but our
Catch you guys later. See you.
See you.
Thank you. Okay, guys, it's done.
Oh, yeah.